Hello and welcome back to From Lulie Street. We're back after a bye and a week off and a good weekend of winning football on the weekend, Wags. We had a number of Collingwood wins and the one at Werribee was up there with the best of the weekend.
Yeah, it was a great win by the VFL Pies down at Werribee. Started the game really well. Werribee came out all guns blazing, a bit over the top at times with their pressure on the ball. A few big incidents, but the boys steadied really well and settled quickly. Unfortunately, we lost Josh Smith early in the game after he started on fire, and lost a couple of other boys throughout the game. So we're down to limited numbers late in the game, but Werribee kept coming and challenged us a few times, and it's been a hallmark of our game all year is the way we've responded to other teams' momentum, and we held the ship and got away with a very comfortable win in the end.
It's very good to hear now. A lot of solid contributors across the field, and one of the pleasing things is they come from both AFL and VFL level. The way we love to judge the best performers is obviously the Lulie points. Talk us through the top 5 this weekend.
Lulie points, just as again, we say it
trending.
every week.
It's always trending.
It's a great measure. It's just a super measure. So yeah, Lulie points, same contributors really. Sammy McClarty on top, which was fantastic. Good to see Carl Wellings in the mix as well. He had his best game for the footy club, 30 touches and 3 goals. Wellesley back-to-back strong games in the top 5. He's really building towards AFL selection, which is great. And down the bottom, Bear.
The Bear. Just
model of consistency. So, I've got the most important one, the apprentice, Lockie Tardrew, sitting second. So, really good mix, AFL, VFL, even contributors. But as I said, Josh Smith started like a house on fire. It'd be remiss not to touch on that. He had 56 Lulies in the first quarter before he went off injured. So
that is a massive achievement.
He had a big first quarter. It's a real shame that he's gone down again. So yeah, it's a shame for Josh.
We'll hear more from that from Jeff Walsh on the injury update on the website later in the week. But Wags, an emotional subject here. We got an interview after the game with someone who used to be very close to our hearts at Lulie, the coach, Jared Rivers.
We jumped ship.
He wants back in now that we're winning.
Oh, Rivers only sings when he's winning. So yeah, it just got a bit hard for him, and his time's very important, Jared, but well, good to have you back, mate, but geez. We've gone missing in the first 4 weeks.
Yeah, it's emotional for us, but you be the judge. Here's what he had to say post-game.
I think we're starting now to build some belief. I reckon I've spoken about that the last few weeks, that we're starting to get a really good group of players together, and they're all starting to enjoy playing footy together, and that's always hard at VFL, especially with our program, to get that connection. But yeah, the attitude of the AFL boys has been first class, and our strength at VFL with our listed players has been super as well. So we're starting to build something. Credit to Wellesley, Faz, Levi Greenwood tonight, first game back for such a long time, and he, serious knee injury, and his attitude tonight was just super. And as a coach, you love those guys coming back with the right attitude, and they're leading the way really well for us. And we have got such a young group, and for them to provide experience and lead the way they are on ground has been super.
Now, Riv touched on a few experienced players there that took the field on the weekend, Wags, but I believe you've gone a little bit less experienced, a little bit younger for your United Petroleum Player of the Week.
Yeah, the player I picked this week is, he denied Werribee Lulie points. So he's like the anti-Lulie.
The anti-Lulie?
Anti-Lulie for
Werribee.
New.
I like it.
Yeah, why not? Did not lose a one-on-one all game, was rock solid down back, and that was Brody Myercheck. The coaches will rap with him. When you've got someone who just does not lose a contest, it just sets you up for the rest of the game. So just pumped to see Brody go really well. As I said, just really solid performance.
Very good to hear that Brody Myercheck is tracking along well in the VFL. Now, it'd be rude of us not to touch on our VFLW team, who had their first win in their first match on the weekend, and it was a couple of impressive performances that got us over the line. We won by 3 goals against Williamstown, and the girls are back in action this weekend at the Holden Centre, Wags. It's going to be a big day of footy on Sunday.
Monster. We've got the triple header. First time we've had a triple header, so obviously the VFL Pies taking on the Cattery here before the big game across the road at the MCG. And then post that game, we're back here again to watch the VFLW Pies in action against the Cattery as well. So triple Cattery game.
Triple Cattery game. Forget Mother's Day, don't worry about that. Come to the footy. Maybe bring your mum to the footy if you need to. But we've got 3 games on here. It's all kicking off at 11:30 when we take on the Cats, which we're very excited about, Wags.
Gonna put them to the sword, Gaston. Times 3.
Times 3. Well, we'll see you after that, and we'll talk all about it next weekend on Lulie. Go VFL Pies.